So I'm starting off by making my sauce. In a pot, I have about 2 cups of sour orange juice. I've added half of 1 red onion and about 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. I've also added 1/4 of a cup of agave and about 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried green onions. You want to go ahead and give that a stir and let that cook down for about 10 to 15 minutes or until you notice that it starts to thicken. And after it thickens slightly, I've gone ahead and added mine to a saucepan. This will make it easier for you to coat your fried mushrooms once they are done. So I'm just letting that cook over a low heat and simmer for an additional 5 minutes while I prepare my mushrooms. So I have some portabello mushrooms. I've cleaned them and set them aside. And here I have about 2 cups of chickpea flour. And to this, I'm going to add about 1 to 1.5 cups of spring water. And I've gone ahead and whisked that in. I've also added in a few seasonings such as a half a teaspoon of sea salt, about 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of basil, and a few dashes of thyme. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and add in my portabello mushrooms. I'm just going to add the entire cap of portabello mushrooms to this and let this soak for at least 20 to 30 minutes in the refrigerator. And for my dry batter, I'm going to use spelt flour here. I have about 2 to 3 cups of spelt flour, and I just lightly season that with a little bit of sea salt. So I've gone ahead and sliced up my portabello mushrooms, and I'm going to just take them here, let them soak in the wet batter, go ahead and get it nice and coated, then add that to my spelt flour, coat it completely. Then I'm going to repeat this step. I'm going to add it back to my chickpea batter, coat it evenly, then add it back to my spelt flour and coat that again. And I do this so that it will be crispier, because when you add it to your orange sauce, you don't want it to get soggy, so you need it to have an extra coating and to be really crispy. So I'm just doing this until I've coated all of the mushrooms, and then I'm going to go ahead and get ready to fry. Now I'm using a deep fryer in this video, but I currently use an air fryer for frying, but I've cooked them basically until I can hear that it's not really sizzling much, for about a good 5, maybe 7 minutes. In the air fryer, you may want to cook it on about 375 for, I would say, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 350 for 10 minutes, and flip it over halfway through. And so here I'm going ahead and I'm adding this to my sauce. And I just want to just turn it in the sauce a couple of times. You can see the sauce is bubbling and it's nice and thick, and that's what you want so that it will stick better to your mushroom. So you just want to turn it over a couple of times until it's nice and coated. And here you have the finished product, and I have this with a little bit of my Pilaf quinoa, and I'll have a link for that in the description box below. So there you have it.